about Elisha, a lot of interesting things happened in his life. One thing that happened in his life, though the story doesn't start in his life, was during the course of war, several captives were taken from Israel. We don't know just how many. We do know there was a little girl that was taken. We don't know her name, or her family, or anything. Just she became a slave to the neighboring country. And she was a faithful servant to her mistress. Mistress's husband was named Naaman, and he was in charge of the army for the country. He had leprosy. Now, leprosy is a very serious disease. There are actually, I think, 7 different strains. Some of them we can cure today with penicillin. Some we still can't cure. It basically eats your skin off. And eventually you die, because you kind of need your skin. Naaman was evidently a really, really nice man. It appears from what little bit the Bible tells us that everyone really liked him, including the little girl. She told her mistress, "I wish that Naaman was in Israel, because we have a prophet there who could cure his leprosy." Now, I don't know what could possibly have put that in the little girl's mind, except God, because they certainly couldn't cure leprosy. Like I said, we barely can cure it today, and then only some. But God put it in her mind to tell her mistress, who of course told her husband, who went and told his king, his boss. Well, the boss said, "Well, Naaman, we can't afford to lose you. By all means, take a gift and go talk to the king of Israel." So Naaman got in his chariot, and he took his gift to the king. I'm trying to decide what I need. He took his king to the gift, and he said, "This is so you can have me cured of leprosy." And the king said, "What? Okay, you're picking a fight with me. That's all that this is your king is picking a fight with me, because I can't cure leprosy." Elisha heard that Naaman was there for that reason. And Elisha said, "You know what? Have him come to me." So Naaman came to Elisha. I'm trying to remember for sure. It seems like, if I remember right, Elisha didn't even come out of his house to talk to Naaman. When Naaman did get there, he sent his servant Gehazi out to talk to Naaman. And Gehazi came out, and he said, "Elisha said, go bathe in the Jordan River 7 times.
Okay, why 7 times? I don't know.
Why the Jordan River? Don't know. That's what Naaman said. "The rivers in my home country are cleaner rivers than the Jordan. The Jordan is muddy and it's a yucky river. I could go bathe in my own rivers. I won't do anything." And he left mad. But his servants said, "Naaman, if he said do some mighty deed, you would do it. I mean, what have you got to lose? It won't hurt you to go bathe in the Jordan, so what do you have to lose?" So Naaman said, "Well, you know what, you're right." So he went out and he took a bath in the Jordan. And when he came up, he still had leprosy. So he took another bath in the Jordan, and he still had leprosy. And he did this 7 times. But when the 7th time, when he came up, his skin was completely perfect. The disease was gone. It wasn't bathing in the Jordan that cured him. It was his obedience to the word of God. God cured him. This looks a lot cleaner, yeah. So he went back to Elisha, and he offered great rewards. Elisha said, no, I don't want anything. I want God to have the glory. I don't want the glory, and I don't want any reward. So he sent, he sent Naaman on. Naaman left, but Elisha's servant, honest, the whole horse is there. Gehazi said, you know what? Elisha let that guy off way too easy. That should have cost him something. So Gehazi ran after him, and when Naaman saw him coming, he stopped. And Gehazi said, 2 prophets just came out of the hills, and they need new clothes, and they need some money. So Elisha sent me after you to get some reward after all. And Naaman gave him twice what he asked for. It still wasn't very much, but he gave him twice. Gehazi went and hid the clothes and the money. Clothes at this time in history, because they had no machines like we have, it would take as much as a year's labor to make a suit of clothes. So clothes, one change of clothes cost a year's labor. So clothes were very valuable. So he hid the clothes, and he hid the money, and he went back in the house to Elisha, and Elisha said, where'd you go? I didn't go anywhere. I've been here the whole time. And Elisha said, I saw you going. And it was not God's will for there to be any reward. Because you were greedy, you get Naaman's leprosy. And Gehazi had leprosy for the rest of his life because he acted greedily. So, I think this is a neat story. I'm going to put this up here because even though he's on here twice, just because I like that flannel, and this is the only story I get to use the flannel in. So let's sing our song. Yeah. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning, burning, burning. Give me oil in my lamp, I pray, hallelujah. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning, burning, burning. Give me oil till the break of day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King. Give me gas for my Ford, keep me trucking for the Lord. Give me gas for my Ford, I pray, hallelujah. Give me gas for my Ford, keep me trucking for the Lord. Keep me trucking till the break of day. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing